It's just divine. Hi, and welcome to this episode of Café Melanesia. On this episode, we explore the sights, sounds and flavours of the Solomon Islands, Honiara. Hi, we're here at the Bishop Epale School in Honiara, and we're going to be having a look at some different foods with Emily, who's actually the Home Economics Department teacher here. Now, Emily and my friend Modesta's mother, Donna, are going to be cooking up interesting foods such as mangrove, taro leaf, and cassava, but in really interesting and creative ways. I really can't wait to taste what we're going to be eating this afternoon. Inside the school's home economic room, Malaita food specialist Auntie Donna from West Kwayo leads the day's food preparations. First, Donna prepares the koa whainia ia or fish shoot dish. She starts by scraping the skin off mangrove seed pods with a seashell. The pulp from the skin is removed, squeezed out and washed many times. This is done to thoroughly clean the skin and make sure it is soft enough to cook in the soup. Next, the flesh of mussels brought from the market are removed from their hard shells. The mussel meat is put in a container to soak and marinate in salty water. Mussels are a rich source of protein. The meat is a great base to a seafood broth and adds a wonderful flavor to hot soups. Next, Pauline and Emily's daughter prepare the vegetables. They cut up capsicum and remove the seeds. The girls wash fern leaves and leave them to dry. Donna and I remove all the fern fronds from their stalks. This is a meticulous and slow process, but necessary to ensure there are no hard bits. After steaming the ferns for a few minutes, the ferns are placed in cold water to stop them from being overcooked. We soak the soft greens in coconut milk. First, Donna puts the coconut milk and greens in a pan. Donna then mixes everything together and leaves the ingredients in the frying pan. Next, in our food preparation, we remove the stalks of taro leaves or ba'a and gather them in a pile. The ba'a are delicately folded and made into small cone-shaped cups. These cups are placed in a pot for boiling. The broth of a white fish is strained and poured into a dish. The fish is left to cool off. Outside in the school's house cook, dry coconut is scraped and brought back to the classroom. The fish broth is poured into the scraped coconut and mixed together. Fish broth is also poured into the dried mangrove skins and placed on the fire to steam. Next, Emily squeezes the milk out of the scraped coconut to ensure the raw pithy flesh is ready for pounding. Emily's daughter uses a wooden mortar and pestle to further crust the scraped coconut and increase its milk content. Using a traditional sieve, Emily strains the liquid through a coconut husk to produce pure coconut milk. All flesh from the steamed fish is removed and dropped into the pure coconut milk to soak in its juices. The coconut fish milk is poured into the steamed mangrove seed skins. Once marinated together, this tasty kawa soup is put on the fire to slowly simmer on low heat. For the kawa soup, Donna grates ginger, dices cherry tomatoes, slices up some onions, and also cuts up shallots.
Going to go on the corn.
These fresh ingredients are mixed into the cooked kawa soup to enhance taste and also add a little spicy flavor to the
Ready to
dish.
eat now?
In the house cook, the fire is prepared for motu or hot stone cooking. As a base for the motu, coconut shells are laid on river stones and firewood is placed on top. More rocks are added until the whole area is completely covered with stones. Once the fire burns, large Singapore taros are slowly cooked and turned over regularly to avoid too much charring. When the taro is charred, the girls scrape off the burnt bits to reveal roasted taro. Emily shows an ingenious way of creating tokolau sule, or stuffed Singapore taro, for us to cook on the fire. First, the taro flesh is scraped out and mashed up with coconut milk. The taro mash is then mixed with tomato, capsicum, shallots, and a little more coconut milk is added. The taro and veggie mash is then put back into the hulled tuber and spread out evenly. The other taro piece becomes a lid and closes the filling up. Emily fastens the two pieces of taro together with small skewer sticks. These small sticks seal the mash inside and secure the taros for baking. All the motu stones have turned red hot. The veggie-filled taro tubers will slow cook on the stone fire. Emily explains this unique process.
This is a traditional way of cooking coconut cream.
Emily is a home economics teacher at the Bishop Epale School. She is an indigenous food enthusiast and educates Melanesians about good health and nutrition. So Emily, can you please tell me what's going on here? This looks really interesting with the coconut shells.
Okay, yeah. What we do in our traditional way of cooking is we cook the coconut cream because we don't add water, so we expect it to be creamy, but it reaches the consistency of being thick when we cook it in small portions.
Okay.
So we use the coconut shell.
All right, okay. Instead of using like a big clay pot or something like that, you separate it into little coconut shells. And wow, look at that. You can see the coconut cream is already starting to curdle in some of these here. It's amazing. As you can see in the background here, we've got the motu going, which is the hot stone cooking. And the really great thing that's so versatile about the hot stone cooking is that you can have so many different things cooking at the same time. As you can see, we've got the coconut cream heating up in the coconut shells. We've got the roasted taro there and other things being roasted up and cooked on there as well. We've also got cooking over here is the taro leaf. So it's so versatile and you can get a lot done, and it's especially good for feasting when you're cooking for a lot of people at the same time. So stone cooking is the way to go. The cream bubbles and solidifies inside the coconut shells. Once boiled, the steaming hot shells are removed and left on the cement top to cool down. Next, we prepare the karakai na huchi maleo, or cassava with ripe banana dish. First, the ripe banana is mashed. The skin of the cassava is removed and cut into small pieces. Emily scrapes the cassava into a pulp. The cassava pulp is then placed on a traditional coconut husk for straining. Emily rolls the mash with the coconut husk and squeezes it into a pot, removing most of the liquid from the cassava. This creates cassava starch, which will be used as the main ingredient in the karakai dish. Fresh coconut milk is poured into the cassava starch and mixed together. Emily uses the starch to form a pizza-like base. She pours coconut milk on the cassava to ensure the whole base is covered. She uses the mashed ripe banana as the first topping of the cassava cake. Emily meticulously spreads the banana evenly across the base to make sure there are no gaps. Another layer of cassava starch is sprinkled over the banana. More coconut milk is poured over the layers of cassava and banana toppings. Once satisfied with the number of cassava and banana layers, Emily wraps up the cake with leaves to make a parcel. To finish the parcel, coconut leaf strings are used to tie up the package. In the next dish, the cassava starch is pounded up in a wooden mortar and pestle. The salty mussels and coconut fish broth is poured into the cassava starch. Next, the mixture is folded up with banana leaves and wrapped up like a parcel to make sure no liquid escapes. After a few hours of heating up, the river stones are now fiery red hot. The motu parcels are laid on the bed of hot stones and more rocks are placed on top. This is to ensure the food wraps are evenly cooked. In preparing tau mwanga, or coconut cream taro, cooked coconut from the shells is used to oil the wooden pestle and pound the taro. After some time smashing the taro with coconut oil, it turns into a creamy dough. When the taro dough becomes smooth and slightly sticky, it is ready to be used. Next, to make arakoko or taro with fresh coconut, piping hot stones from the motu fire pit are directly deposited into a container of scraped coconut. This efficient method of stone cooking slightly bakes and caramelizes the scraped coconut flesh. To add moisture, coconut milk is poured over the baked coconut. Fresh coconut is sprinkled into the wooden mortar and mixed together with the pounded taro. Once smooth and round, the taro is then rolled in baked coconut flakes. These sweet-smelling arakoko balls are now ready for tasting. The karakai and huchi mailo, cooked in the motu fire pit, has finished cooking. A banana leaf is used to smooth the surface. By using a banana leaf to cover her knife, Emily can delicately slice the cassava cake without damaging the pieces. As a final touch, Emily sprinkles coconut milk over the pieces of cassava pudding. The delicious taro balls and cassava cake are now ready to be tasted. As we peel back the layers of the koa motu, I can smell the ocean and already taste the seafood steaming up before my eyes. Donna unravels the motu banana leaves to reveal a succulent roasted fish, perfectly cooked and ready for feasting. As the karakai is unwrapped, the sweet aroma of banana and cassava excites my taste buds. I can't wait to try this unique Malaita cuisine. So here we are, back at the hotel, because in typical Melanesian style, there was a power outage, which was unexpected but also expected today. So here we have all these beautiful dishes that were cooked up this afternoon by those wonderful ladies. We have the taro that was cooked in the coconut cream and pounded, sprinkled with the lovely coconut cream and also rolled in the coconut apple and roasted coconut. We have here the stuffed taro kongkong, the koa that was mixed and pounded and put in the earth oven. We have the fern salad, the kumara, this beautiful cassava pudding, some fish, and the koa, the soup. The taro. Oh, this is so delicious and smoky. I can really taste that special flavor that coconut cream cooked up in the coconut shell over the hot stones really gives it a beautiful, strong, smoky flavor. Now let's try the one rolled up in this sort of like a rum ball, but look at it, it's just beautiful. It's taro and it looks delicious. Let's taste. Interesting, it's got a slightly salty flavor to it. I can taste those roasted coconut pieces in there along with the coconut apple. Just delicious. Let's try this fern salad. Beautiful mixture there with the blanched fern leaves and then marinated in the coconut cream. So wonderfully fresh, crunchy, and just delicious. Now the koa that was cooked up in the earth oven, the motu. Let's try that. What a delicious mixture of flavors. You can really taste that. The onion that was put in there along with the other flavors, a bit of shellfish, It's just delicious, and it's such a light and fluffy, refreshing food. It's not heavy at all, but yet it's really, really filling. Now let's try the cassava pudding. This is so deliciously sweet. The banana is just beautifully caramelized. It's become purple. The coconut cream on top, and all the flavors are just coming through in that. It's just beautiful. Let's try this. The stuffed taro kongkong. Such an interesting and creative and innovative way of cooking up this taro kongkong. You know, if you've got children and they're tired, they don't want to eat this, boring sort of foods, make something interesting for them. They'll want to eat it. Let's have a taste. So delicious. You can really taste the tomato and the onion. It's been roasted on the fire and sizzling in there. It's just gorgeous. Now let's try this fish. Motu fish. Let's have a taste. Yum. It's just right. It's not too dry. It's not too moist. It's just beautiful. Now, last but not least, let's try this koa soup. Mangrove seed soup. That is so delicious. You can really taste the ginger and the tomato and the spring onion, the onion and that soup and the coconut cream all mixed together with the fish. This is such a beautiful and nutritious and wholesome meal. Just delicious. Hi, I'm here with Pauline in the Honiara Central Market, and we're here where the cooking area is, where everybody's cooked up all these delicious foods, and we're just going to find out what's on offer here. Pauline, can you tell me a little bit about this particular food I can see here? What's this here?
This one is called a slippery cabbage, malted in the traditional oven with coconut milk.
Okay.
And that's how we cook it.
So it's cooked, is it with stones or?
It's stones, hot stones.
Right, so I think we're going to get some of this because it looks really interesting and looks really tasty, I'm sure. So as you can see, it's just layered ibica. In PNG we call it ibica, in Vanuatu we call it island cabbage. Just layered here, cooked with coconut cream and cooked in an earth oven. So we're going to get some of this to try. Have a look at this fantastic dish here. It's called ola fudi. And basically, it's ripe banana mixed with coconut cream, also cassava mixed with coconut cream, and it's layered. So basically they've laid down the foundation of the cassava with the coconut cream first, and then the bananas, sweet bananas mixed with coconut cream, laid it on top, and then wrapped it up and cooked it in an earth oven with hot stones. So as you can see, it's developed this beautiful purple coloration, and I'm sure it's as delicious as it looks. Okay, this one here is actually pure ripe banana layered with coconut cream. So on the bottom here you have a layer of the ripe banana mixed with coconut cream, then a layer of pure coconut cream, and another layer again of that ripe banana. And that's been cooked in the earth oven, and as you can see, it's like a beautiful purple, natural, healthy cake. Another dish here called ola vudi mana, and this one here is actually the tapioca mixed really well with the sweet banana, and then it's cooked in the earth oven with, of course, always mixed with coconut cream. So as you can see, it's got that mixture, and it looks like, you know, when you cook a banana cake, that's what it looks like. You can see all the little veins of the banana inside it. So the really great thing about these sorts of dishes are you can prepare them the day before and you can eat them in the morning for breakfast. And the great thing about cassava or tapioca is that it really fills you up for such a long time, and it gives you a lot of energy, especially because it's mixed with that ripe banana. So it can keep you going all day long. Oh, this just smells delicious. Look at it, it looks so beautiful and meaty. This is the mangrove seed cooked up with clamshell, creamed with coconut cream, wrapped up in the swamp taro leaf and cooked in the earth oven with stones. Just look at how beautiful this looks. It smells delicious, it looks beautiful, and it's better and healthier than any hamburger you could get anywhere. 100% natural.